One. Hey, Speak Easy podcast listeners. I am Altavis Pelzer, your voice manager. I unmute the voice of women who are ready to speak up about what has kept her silent for way too long. Y'all know this episode is a part of our Power of Why series, and I'm excited about the guests that I have coming on throughout this whole series. Now, today's episode, I'm even more excited, probably because in my head, she's a new friend, and she's probably been a friend for a while in my head, but we're meeting virtually and definitely have some amazing things in common. And she's also, she is the host of the Writing and Marketing Show podcast and president of the Scottish-Association of Writers. So y'all know I love to write. I love to read. And then she's also a host of a podcast. So that's where the friendship comes in, guys. With that being said, Wendy, go ahead and say hello to the audience and tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, hi, it's lovely to meet you all. And we are friends, Altavis. We're definitely friends. It was meant to be.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly.
I feel, you know. I'm Wendy, and I write as Wendy H. Jones. Now, the H is frightfully important in my name, because I'm going to tell you a little story. There's another author who doesn't have the H in her name. Now, I write mystery books, I write children's books, I write young adult mysteries as well. The other Wendy Jones doesn't write that sort of book, and I would never, ever write the sort of books that she writes. I will just leave it there. So don't get us mixed up, or you'll get a shock.
You'll get a shock to your system.
And I am an author. I have 5 series out. I have the Detective Inspector Shona Mackenzie mysteries, which are gritty crime, gritty mysteries. I have the Cass Claymore Investigates series, which, if you've ever read Janet Ivanovich's Stephanie Plum books, my Cass Claymore is a Scottish Stephanie Plum, really. She's mad. She doesn't know what she's doing. Not at all. I've got the Ferguson Flora mysteries, which are for 10 to 14-year-olds, and they're a bit like Nancy Drew meets Scooby-Doo, but for an older age range. And I have a Bertie the Buffalo children's book, picture book out with a soft toy and a colouring book, and there'll be a new Bertie the Buffalo book out soon, and he's going to have his kilt on in that one, because he's a Scottish water buffalo. And my last series is called the Writing Matters series, and it's to support writers. And there's 2 books in that so far. One's called Motivation Matters, to help motivate you to write, and the other's called Marketing Matters, to help you to market. So that's my writing life in a nutshell.
Oh my goodness, I love that. You know, one of the things that we were, was so amazing with this particular book project was the impact that I saw each of the authors, the co-authors, that they were already making. Like, it's one thing to come together in a book anthology and to share and to be able to, tell your story. But then when you look at them outside of that project and you see what they're already doing, it speaks volumes. And so, Wendy, when it comes to what you've been able to do, even within this year, we know that things have been shut down, but where do you see your greatest impact being, and where you've had your hands placed?
Well, I was in the Army and the Navy. I was a nurse in the Royal Navy and the Army, so I'm actually a major. I'm Major Wendy H. Jones. So I'm quite a confident person anyway. But we've all had to pivot, we've all had to shift, haven't we? And this is what the anthology was about. And the anthology was about people who had set up online courses. So it's how they changed their lives and how they were using online courses to empower and help others. And I think that has become even more important in the last 8 months, because we can't go everywhere. I was doing a lot of book tours. I was meant to be in the States for 10 weeks earlier this year, but that was cancelled. And a lot of us have had things changed. There's been a lot of online stuff, but courses mean that you can do them at your own leisure. It means you can dip in and out. You buy the course, you don't have to do it all in that week. You don't have to travel. So you're impacting more people. And I think that's what it's about. And I was, like you say, I was amazed at the impact that these people were already having in their lives and how they'd shaped and changed themselves and what they did to reach even more people. So the empowerment that we've got, despite COVID, is actually bigger than we ever had because we've got new challenges. And it's easy to say, oh, woe is me and everything's gone wrong. Things in life will go wrong. Now, I used to be in teacher training. I would teach people how to teach. And I always said, it doesn't matter what goes wrong. It's how you deal with it that's the issue. Yeah? Things will always go wrong. And I think a lot of women, a lot of people have dealt with COVID extremely well and have reached out to others and have helped to empower others and to get them through this. And I think that's what it's the change is about. It's what, not focusing on what's going wrong with you, but focusing on what you can do to help everyone else.
Oh, that's so significant. A lot of times that was what held a lot of people back, was that thought that there's nothing I can do. You know, what can I do? And I think this year really answered that question for a lot of people, because it said you can do anything and help in some way. It could be you handing out, snacks to the kids in the neighborhood. It can be something starting an organization within your community. You can do anything, but your action is the most valuable piece.
Absolutely. Yeah, you've got it in one. And and helping others, and to be honest, we've seen a lot of that during this. People have been so generous, in helping others. And so I think that's a good thing that's come out of COVID. It's taking people out of focusing on them as individuals and looking at the wider community and how they can help and support them.
I love that too, because it's really powerful when you look at business. When you lead with service, you lead with, okay, what can I do for the next person? What can I do for other people? How can I create platforms and be able to spread, somebody else's message? Because there's always going to be somebody that wants to support you when you're a person that supports other people.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. And I say that a lot. I mean, I run a writing and marketing course, and I say in that, I've got a whole module on reaching out and helping others and working together. Everybody thinks, oh, if I do a book signing with someone else, nobody will buy my books. People will buy both books. If there's 10 of you in the room, that's 10 chances for people to get a book they'll like. If they don't like yours, they've got other chances to buy them. They might not like other people's, but they'll like mine. We're not fighting against each other. We're working with each other. And I think that's key. And I think we've seen that a lot in this anthology, where everybody's supporting other people.
Oh, yes. We don't have to compete.
No.
Like there's no competition. There's no reason to compete. We can compete with our best version of ourselves, but we don't need to compete with each other. Yeah. And that's been a significant driving force for a lot of women who are doing businesses now, women who are starting different things, who are writing their story. Because in the beginning, it was, oh, it's a saturated market. Oh, it's already enough coaches. Oh, it's already enough trainers. And the thing about it is there's somebody who's waiting for your specific book.
Yeah, you're right.
They're waiting for your message.
Yeah. But the thing is, if you impact only one person, obviously you want to impact more. But if you impact even one person, you have made a difference in this world.
True indeed. True indeed. So I absolutely love that. One of the things that I ask all of the women that are coming on for this series is, how has the power of why made an impact in your life?
Well, it's made me think about myself, in all fairness. It's made me think about myself, and it's made me get over myself, because we're very good at prevaricating. We always think, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And it's never tomorrow. It's always today. Yeah. But it's made me stop prevaricating. It's made me look at myself and say, why am I doing this? And it's pushed me forward. For example, my course, I've been saying I'll be doing it for ages, and I had started it, but you just think, oh, I'll finish it tomorrow. But I finished the course, and people are finding it really helpful. It's out there in the world. People are buying it. They're finding it really helpful. They're saying why they're finding it helpful. And you think, I should have brought this out ages ago, because I could have been impacting a lot more people. I could have been helping a lot more people. But it's also meant that I've met some phenomenal people, because this is the second Power of Why anthology I've been in. And I've been in three different symposiums with Purvi, who's running the anthology. I've done three of her, I forgot what you call them. It's not seminars, but I did three anyway.
Her summits.
3 in a row. Yeah. And so I've been impacting people just with that, because people are hearing it. They're hearing how they can help to move themselves forward. And I've met such nice people. I have met so many phenomenally nice people through that, including yourself, Altavis. You know, we would never have been friends if it wasn't for that anthology. So it really does broaden the scope of the people that you know. And that is always a good thing, because I'm meeting a lot of people from other countries. Yeah, I met people from other countries anyway, but I'm doing so even more now. Yeah. I'm finding, I'm finding that I'm coming out to the States next year. And if I go to Maryland, I might be able to meet up with you, you know. So you always know more people, and that is always a good thing.
Oh, yeah. And there was always a quote that stood out to me, was that your net worth is equal to your network. And for some people, they thought that I had to be with people who made money. I had to be with the high flyers. But I think it was more about creating significant relationships and fostering those relationships, because that is what builds you. When you see another person who is in an industry that you're in, again, we talked about earlier that they're not competition. No, they're not, because they may have wisdom that you need, and you may have wisdom that they need, and vice versa. I think it was last year that we saw people come together in a time where the government was shut down for a little bit of time, and people came together and started businesses. Even this year, we saw companies come and merge together and become a bigger company, because guess what? I didn't have to look at you as competition. I looked at you as support.
Yeah. No, that's a really good point, actually, because if you join together, you're bigger than the sum of all your parts. You know, it goes much further and much wider when you join together. And you're much more powerful. You've got more, and when I say powerful, I don't mean powerful in a take over the world way. I mean powerful in the way that you can reach out, and powerful in the people that you can reach. Before you think I'm thinking we're going to take over the world with the power of why.
Yes, indeed. Speakeasy podcast listeners, I love bringing you series like this, because you never know who you're going to connect with and what they're going to drop. There were some amazing gems dropped in this one. Make sure that you're taking note. Make sure that you're taking action as well. We want to see you thrive in this season, not just survive, not just barely make it. We want to see you thrive. And the way that you thrive, as you heard in this episode, is through your community. It's through the conversations and the relationships that you build. And so one significant relationship can definitely change your whole world, your whole life. And it's in the follow-up. It's in having the conversations, even the difficult ones sometimes, but also it's getting into new communities. I think that's one of the big things that this year has really shown me, is as I step outside of my comfort zone, I'm able to go and connect with some amazing women all over the world who are looking to do the same thing, just empower more women, get the word out. Let's boost them all up. Let's push them all to another level, because that's how we change.
It is very well said.
Yes. So I want you, Wendy, to let them know how they can get in contact with you and where they can find you at online.
Right. Well, if they want to get in contact with me, they can do through my website, which is wendyhjones.com. Don't forget the H. And there's a contact form there, or you can just email me at wendy@wendyhjones.com. I'm Wendy H. Jones on all social media platforms. So all you need to do is remember the name Wendy H. Jones and you will find me. And if anyone wants a free writing and marketing consultation, they can do that on my website as well. And they can find my course on marketing, your books at wendyhjones.com/courses.
I love it. I love it. Speak Easy podcast listeners, we appreciate you, because without the Speak Easy listeners, there would be no Speak Easy podcast. So be sure to make sure you're joining the conversation, bit.ly/World Voice Community. Join the free Facebook group. We want to hear from you about this particular episode and how it resonated with you. Or you can also leave us a review over on your favorite podcasting platform, because guess what? It's all about elevating in life and in business. And guys, that's what this is all about. Every time you tune in, you should get something that takes you to a higher level. With that being said, I'm Altavis Pelzer, your voice manager. And you guys, until next time, don't forget to press it out. See ya.